Fellow Toastmasters, honored amphibian. If you've ever watched The Big Bang Theory, I like to refer to Sheldon Cooper as the lead geek. He's very regimented. He eats the same thing from the same place on the same day every week. In one episode, he substitute teaches a PhD class, for a class of doctoral students, and it is an unmitigated disaster. At one point, he turns his back, they all flip him off. And his friends want to figure out how they do that, and they said, well, evidently, he just turns his back. In turn, he decides to take acting lessons with Penny, who's the popular girl who lives across the hall from them. In an attempt at improvisation, Sheldon lays out a scene where he will play Spock, who is his ultimate hero.
Oh, no, I haven't seen it yet.
Penny agrees, but says, let's try and get you out of your comfort zone. Sheldon's response is, why would we want to do that? It's called a comfort zone for a reason. And I'm guessing that's why most of you join Toastmasters, is to get out of your comfort zone. Me, you know why I joined Toastmasters. It's the only place where people let me sing. But now, what do you get out of Toastmasters? Myself, I get to practice public speaking. Hopefully none of you ever saw the interview I did with Channel 13 about 10 years ago, where I started off my answer to every question with, well. And I know that if I don't practice on a regular basis, I'm going to slip back into those bad habits. And another benefit, which I've been preaching about for 7 years, is the interaction with the other areas of the company. If you look around the table, just look at the different departments we're all in. We are the silo buster no one knows about. Okay, but now, how do you get more out of Toastmasters? Well, first, show up to the meetings. You will get little value out of just reading Elizabeth's meeting minutes every other week. Toastmasters is a learn-as-you-go experience. The more you show up, the more you learn. Second, get involved. Sign up to do speeches. This is the 10th speech I've done in 8 months. I did speeches in 4 consecutive meetings in 5 out of 6. Now, why was that? Because nobody else was signing up to do speeches. However, in November and December, I did no speeches because there were people rushing to do speeches at that time. And I'm perfectly happy with that. If the reason you're not speaking is because you can't come up with a topic, take a look at my last 10 speeches. Pick a theme and do little bits on that theme each speech. Waterfalls, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, cats, horses, Rochester architecture. All different themes that we've used in this club. Honestly, nobody cares about your topics. We just love to listen to you speak. If you need help, ask any of the officers or ask myself. We'd be more than willing to help you. Third, get more involved. Every Toastmaster club has 7 officers. Most do not require that much work. If you can attend either or both of the training sessions, that's about 50 to 75% of the work. Other than that, it's doing minutes every other week. It's bringing the equipment. It is putting up the Toastmaster signs. It's keeping track of new members and handing out applications. It's not a lot of work, but without your help, the Toastmaster Club doesn't run. If you're interested in getting more involved, speak with Elizabeth or any of the other officers or myself. Fourth, get even more involved. Participate in a contest. If you've completed 6 speeches, you're eligible to compete in the international contest. If you haven't completed 6 speeches, you can still compete in the humorous, the tall tales, or the evaluation contests. I can't tell you how excited I was to have 3 other contestants in the tall tales contest we had a couple weeks ago. I think we have to go back to the very first international speech contest to find a contest where we had more than 4 contestants. The next contests are in September, should be humorous and evaluation. Start working on your humorous speeches now, and if you're interested in the evaluation contest, start signing up to be an evaluator at each of the meetings between now and then. All right, 5th, get crazy involved. Volunteer to be a test speaker at an evaluation contest for another club or an area. Every year, clubs, areas, divisions, and districts are looking for test speakers. Our members have been test speakers for other clubs, areas, and the district. I gotta tell you, what an experience. I was the test speaker for Area 16 the year before we started competing. That same year, Sharon was the test speaker at the district level. She did an awesome job. So much so that a past world champion of public speaking complimented her on a great speech. Now I know Elizabeth, Karen, and Brian have all been test speakers at various levels. 6th, talk about Toastmasters. If you have a meeting here where you're asked to introduce yourself, mention you're a member of Toastmasters, that we meet at lunch in the building, and that the cost is just $20 a year. If you win a ribbon, display it at your desk. Invite your coworkers to a meeting. If anybody compliments you for your public speaking skills, thank them and tell them that you learned it at Toastmasters and that they should check it out. And ask your supervisor to include Toastmasters on your personal development plan. Finally, be aware of our Distinguished Club Plan. Every year we need 4 Competent Communicator Awards, 2 Advanced Communicator Awards, 2 Leader Awards, and 8 new members to go along with 2 Administrative Awards. We do not get these awards by accident. We need everybody's help. The Speaking and Leadership Awards will help you develop your skills. Do you remember the first time you attended a Toastmaster meeting? Some of you, it was just a couple weeks ago. Some of you, it's been a few years. It may have been a little uncomfortable, plus the meeting was different than any other meeting you've ever attended. What's with all the clapping? But now, if you remember, you probably recognize everybody in the room, and you're not at all concerned about speaking in front of us. Guess what? That's your comfort zone expanding. Mr. Toastmaster.